2023 is approaching faster than an Elon Musk bad idea tweet. As the new year is staring restaurateurs right in the face, so is all this new technology. It's overwhelming. In this episode, we'll be talking about digital trends and tools that should be top of mind in 2023 to help you stay up to date and even ahead of your competition. This is episode 9. Let's go! It's Gordon, and this is the Restaurant Growth Show, where we talk about how operators can use technology to grow their businesses. We've got a lot to talk about in this episode, but first, let's introduce our guests. First, Jose Alves, co-founder and chief growth officer at Moduurn with more than 25 years of online marketing experience. Jose has successfully founded and operated companies in software and hospitality. Next, we have Alex Cook, VP of Sales and also a co-founder at Moduurn. Alex's experience in the hospitality industry spans 30 years, including 16 years selling POS solutions throughout North America. Lastly, who am I? My name is Gordon. I am your host. I run a digital marketing coaching program called 90 Days to Success, where I teach restaurateurs how to sell their food online. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
It's Friday again. Doing great. Thank you, Gord.
Great day for a show.
So let's get it started. Jose, what are your top 3 best-in-class technologies operators should be using in the new year?
That's a really good question. So obviously at the top of them all, first-party online ordering, your own online ordering system that you own and control. That's what they should be doing. QR code ordering, so table service, what we call it Moduurn, but QR code of sorts that you can also place an order from reading a QR code, loyalty programs, digital coupons, reviews automation, or also known as digital touch, table digital touch, dynamic pricing, kitchen display systems, aggregators, white label delivery. Should I keep going?
Well, the question was, what were your top? Can you narrow it down to 3? I know we know that there's a lot, and we're trying not to overwhelm our audience here. Are there 3 technologies in 2023 that you are looking at?
Fundamental. First, online ordering, first party online ordering. You got to have a system that you own and control, that you change your pricing, ideally dynamic pricing, that you are able to offer discounts, program to your liking and your needs, to manage inventory, etc. Like it's just the fundamental, the new way. It is what it is. Second, QR code ordering, because it helps mitigate the labor shortage during the labor shortage, and also makes it extremely easy and powerful for consumers when visiting or even from outside the restaurant to place an order. It's great. And loyalty, and I'm gonna put it together with coupons, because they not only, of course, help with customer retention, but it also it's important in such a landscape of uncertainty that we have these days in the economy. Is there a recession? Is it not? Inflation, all this stuff. So you got to have all these tools that help you navigate all this this world of uncertainty. I think those 3 are critical for 2023.
Those are really important technologies. They are relevant today, but they're going to be even more relevant in 2023. Switching gears a little bit here, Alex, online ordering comes in many shapes and sizes. There's so many choices for consumers on the internet to get their food. Why is it so important for operators to use first-party ordering system in their restaurant?
Good question. So first thing to look at is when you're looking at all the different solutions, you're going to have different price points. Some are going to be free, some will be cheaper, some will be quite a bit more expensive. What's important to look for is which one's giving you the most value, which one's going to give you the biggest bang for the buck, and is there a return on investment if there's going to be a monthly investment for that program. So that would be one of the first things. So next thing to look at is, what is the value of your brand? What's your brand worth? And that's the identity of your business. And you think about it, like any restaurant that's out there, any retail outlet, any retail, even online retailer, the brand is their identity. When you're dealing with third-party delivery companies, in fact, you're giving your brand away. I ask operators all the time, what's your most important asset of your business? What's the most valuable asset you own? And that's your company brand. And your brand needs to be protected. But every time you use a third-party delivery company, you're giving your brand away to somebody else. And you're also giving that valuable data away. So instead of owning it, you're renting it. You're renting that one customer for that one time, and there's no loyalty. So what I see happening with the industry right now is I see it, and this is what I say the industry, I'm talking third-party delivery, is starting to look more like Groupons. And I say that because Groupons are great at offering a discount. Restaurants started to not like them because they realized that people were chasing the Groupon, but there's no loyalty. They would only go for the next Groupon, which is at a totally different, or next discount, totally different restaurant. And now these delivery companies are encouraging restaurants to offer a big discount. So especially as we're kind of going into this soft recession, if we want to call it that, people are getting tight with their money and they're looking for discounts wherever they can find it. So they're not necessarily going to be loyal to your company anymore. They're not even going to be loyal to your brand. They're going to look for the next discount. And if I can find a 40% discount at a restaurant nowadays, I'll take it over paying full price somewhere else. Not necessarily me, that's not my style, but that's the mentality of a lot of other people out there. And that's what's happening right. So it's so important right now to protect your brand, being able to promote your own brand, incentivize customers through your own programming, and get them to come back to your restaurant so you can create loyal and repeat customers.
This recession that we're entering into is a cold scenario, and it's so cold that it's got Alex all bundled up. He jokes. All right, Jose, let's switch gears once again here. What role does white label delivery play for brands in 2023?
Well, that's a great question. I think that is a new arena of development, not only in general in terms of technology or even restaurants, but the delivery market itself. It's the evolution of the third-party delivery market, which these marketplaces have had a huge accelerated growth that has given them all sorts of opportunities, all sorts of advantages. But there has always been a space for the smaller companies, to the local delivery companies, to fill some of the missing pieces of the third party marketplaces. And this is coming in all flavors and with different models, but in essence, they're following and supporting the local restaurant, competing with the bigger ones with quality of service and, most importantly, fees. So on that side is very important. It's very important that these local companies continue to develop and offer their services, because they're able to offer fees that are not as high as a third party that have imposed themselves in the market and taken over it. And now they're fighting themselves, big giants competing with themselves, that they're doing their thing, but then this has allowed for the small delivery companies to actually offer a service that it's much feasible. So the beauty about that is that, as technology never stops, it's giving the opportunity for them to get together through technology and be able to collaborate and build a network of local companies in multiple ways that are able to be offered almost at the same time. So these there are technologies the same that, like we saw, put your third parties into one tablet. Now we have put all of these locals, put all of the third everything into a single tablet, and more services and more pieces. So integrators, aggregators of all sorts of technologies are really key as well. The most important part of this, other than the fees, is that the restaurant and keeps the brand and the customer data, and they actually are able to really take advantage of these services without having to manage a fleet of drivers. That's the advantage.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you mentioned aggregators there briefly. Alex, I hear a lot about counter space and tablet clutter in kitchens. Can you tell us about integrators and how they help kitchens in the near future?
Yeah, this is something that's coming up a lot more nowadays, is how can I take all these tablet nightmare? There's all sorts of different phrases people are calling it now, but how can you streamline everything so you can bring it all into one order manager and one tablet, and ideally right into the point of sale system? Going a step further, how can you manage all your menu prices through one piece of software, one solution to update all your menu prices, including your online ordering? There's a number of different companies out there. The companies range in price. They range in the POS systems they integrate with. The four big ones that we know that are out there: Otter, Kubo, It's a Checkmate, and Deliverect. I'm sure there's more that are out there, but those are the four main ones that come up on our radar on a regular basis. So when your online ordering can also integrate with the integrator, you're bringing all your digital solutions, all your digital orders into one platform, making it easy to, one, maintain the order, maintain your pricing, and remove all those extra devices that you have on your counter, which remember back in the old days, we couldn't wait for the day where we didn't have wires on our stereo and all our devices and everything we wanted to have wireless. And now we're finally there, but now we're going to give you all these tablets. So now your counter space looks like something that just came from NASA. Maybe not quite, but
commercial kitchens aren't equipped to handle this type of hardware, like the wires, the screens, the stands.
Let's go a step further too. So when you're talking about ghost kitchens, how do you manage multiple brands coming into your restaurant? And some of these integrators have solutions that make it easy to manage multiple brands coming from one store, one location.
Speaking of ghost kitchens, Jose, what is a ghost kitchen model that you're particularly fond of in 2023?
I think that there is an opportunity for some kitchens that are underutilized. That is a solution that for me sounds the most attractive. There is pro ghost kitchen creation, which is like, oh, I'm going to invest in this space and I'm going to put 7 kitchens and they're going to do 22 brands at any given time. And I'm going to do an industrial operation that will be able to serve all these different brands. And that's a model. I think that there is also space for some reconfiguration of already established kitchens to be able to expand themselves into other, maybe one brand, maybe 2 brands, like the smaller one. And that way maximize the revenue per square meter that can get produced for a kitchen at any given point. Again, it's another way of mitigating the risks of a potential recession, or any other inflation or anything else.
I look at right now the online ordering as the center of the ecosystem. And when they say ecosystem, that's bringing all these different solution providers from point of sale, gift card and loyalty. It could be your payment processing, CRM systems, etc. But what's different with online ordering compared to all those other ones that I'm talking about is that this is customer facing. It's something that you have a lot of control over, and both as a marketing tool, a data acquisition tool, and then taking a look at, is it the best solution for your company? Because a lot of these companies will offer an all-in-one solution: point of sale, gift card loyalty, online ordering. My experience is that none of these all-in-one solutions can do everything well. They may do some things well, like point of sale, but then they do maybe lack in the inventory or the gift card loyalty, or could be online ordering. What we're starting to see now is larger operations. They're looking for something that is best of breed, meaning that they have flexibility. They're not putting all their eggs into one basket. They've got the flexibility to choose the best digital ordering platform for their business, the best point of sale system, and match that with the right gift card and loyalty solution to meet their not just their current needs, but their future needs as they continue to grow. I think that's really important because it sounds nice to have a one-stop shop, but the reality is there's usually something that's important to your operation that they don't do that well. And this is what we're experiencing now in the industry. A lot of these operators that pick and chose a online ordering solution during the pandemic, they've had time, bums are back in the seats, things are back to normal. They are looking for the right solution now to move them into the future. So if they're going to continue with online ordering, if it meets their business model, the question they're asking themselves, is this the right solution? And if not, which one is? And so now there's a lot more knowledge out there than there was 6 months, 12 months, 24 months ago. And so they realize that it's not a one size fits all approach, that this is an important part of their business model because it is additional revenue that comes back to their operation. And as we hear from different operators, they're still focused on in-seat dining, if that's their business, but they also recognize this is an important part of their business that needs focus and attention.
Would it be fair to say if a merchant is approached with an all-in-one solution to be wary of that solution?
I think it looks great as an offer. It's a one-stop shop, one phone number, the one company to call. But what happens when you want to make a switch? Do you have the ability to switch one part of your product, or are you going to have to switch your whole system, meaning your point of sale, your gift card loyalty, your online ordering, anything else is connected to that? So that's something I would always look at. And you know, when we look at point of sale systems, the ones that have succeeded have always been a best of breed solution. The client exactly what they're looking for, just something real basic. They don't want anything else. But as they get to a point where they realize they're looking for additional features, they're looking for flexibility, they're looking for configuration, they're looking for the ability to have gift cards and promote, and they're looking for a way to use that data. And that's when they start wondering if this is the right solution or not. There's limitations to a really good deal.
Very true, very true. And we haven't even gotten into how does a merchant go about marketing their new online ordering and all of the aspects that go into that whole ecosystem.
That's the biggest question we get now is, back in the day, it was payment processors. I get contacted by a payment processor a day. They're hounding me. Well, now it's online ordering companies. And the question that I encourage people to ask is, what are you going to do for me? How are you going to help me grow my business? How are you going to help me get customers to come back on a regular basis? What do you do differently than the others? Because everyone's trying to sell me the same thing.
That's right.
That's the question they have to come back to.
That's right. It's not a matter of set it and forget it. We've got all of these services now. Now it's going to start generating all this revenue on its own. There's effort and time and learning involved.
It's a partnership. Partnerships are two companies or two people working together with a common goal. As you said, it's not fire and forget, or as you said, the terminology.
Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. Fire, forget. It's a long-term relationship, and we continue to come back and explore different ways that we can help nurture that clientele, that list that you're accumulating, that growing list of customers in your database, and getting in front of customers on a more regular basis. So when they look at all the different restaurants that are out there, they're thinking about you and your brand first and foremost before the guy down the street who's selling a similar or same product as you.
This is a great conversation about a merchant's tech stack and what they should and shouldn't be looking for and adding to their business. I think that this conversation needs to continue when we bring up MarTech and the marketing technologies that merchants should be incorporating into their ecosystem. So innovations like the ones we've talked about today present a unique solution for restaurants to differentiate themselves. True, it does take a little bit of time and energy to adopt these systems, but there's a real potential for better food quality, better dining experiences, and ultimately the opportunity to grow your business. I'd like to thank Jose and Alex once again for their insight. Until next week, my name is Gordon. This is the Restaurant Growth Show, and we are out.